Hello my friends, it is great to see you again. Today I will deal with three issues. First, the issue of drug addiction, in particular the Oxycontin problem. Second, I will present the first problems of our economic disaster. Third, and finally, I will make a comment on the six-figure book deal former Illinois Governor Blagojevich, also known as Goldfinger, signed. When researching the background of the drug addiction of certain celebrities, I came across a New York Times article of May 2007, to which I came through the link of a law firm's website. The New York Times reporting that three former and at the time current executives of Purdue Pharma had pled guilty to criminal charges that they had misled the FDA and physicians by not disclosing that Oxycontin is addictive. Oxycontin is said to be causing a sense of euphoria, as it changes the chemical makeup of the brain. It may be habit-forming and should not be given to someone who has a history of drug abuse or addiction. There seems to be a question whether oxycodone-induced brain changes can ever be repaired. One of the victims of the Purdue cover-up of the addictive nature of Oxycontin apparently was Republican spokesman and policymaker Rush Limbaugh, who several years back admitted in his radio program that he was addicted. Apparently, his admission followed his prosecution for felony doctor shopping, as reported by Law.com in May 2006. Prosecutor Roy Black finally agreed to a plea bargain that spared Limbaugh jail time under the condition that he attended an 18-month drug treatment program. What fascinated me on this story was my observation that Rush Limbaugh uses what I call Martian dance and sign language when recording his radio program or any place else for that matter. Pure euphoria.
And I sure as heck want you to know I hope he failed.
While I have worked in drug research to find a cure for Alzheimer, only partially successful, I'm not an expert on drug addiction, as I avoid drugs like the plague. I'm terrified that drugs may interfere with my brain function and impair my analytical skills, a typical symptom of Oxycontin addicts. Besides, I am hyperactive as it is. The medical term is hypomania, and I enjoy every second of it. Was it not for my stretch marks, I could fool women in my age range, that is 22 to 32, give or take. Anyway, here's some contact information in case you are addicted to Oxycontin and need treatment. Feel free to hit the pause button or just Google Oxycontin rehab for more sources. Next, I came across the question whether Rush Limbaugh should lead the Republican Party. I came across that question when I was offered a $1,000 Walmart gift card if I participated in the poll. I did, but stopped when Walmart wanted to know information not even the CIA knows, and they are monitoring my phone and computer as we speak, I swear. Like my birthday and year. Anyway, what puzzled me with Limbaugh was how somebody can wish for a president to fail while he is trying to spare us the consequences of a depression, which almost implies the suspicion that the guy's brain has been permanently damaged. Let me show to those of you who are not familiar with or don't live in California how far we have come. The city of Santa Barbara has opened a park specifically for homeless people who are forced to sleep in their cars. Here is a woman who sleeps in a car together with her dogs. In Orange County, the homeless live in tents, vans, or cars. Don't think this is restricted to California. Here's a report from Miami, where a man damaged a police car because he preferred jail over sleeping on benches. How is that for wishing failure on the nation? Yet, Republican senators and congressmen seem infatuated with Limbaugh. I begin to wonder whether this is some form of Stockholm syndrome. On a different note, Goldfinger, also known as former Governor Blagojevich, is about to write a book that will reveal embarrassing details about politics. I have my own translation of the term embarrassing details. As you may remember, I wrote a book containing embarrassing details of politicians plus evidence too. There is a twist to Blago's authorship, a clever one. His agent contracted a six-figure deal with an independent publisher who would allow Blago to speak freely, unlike big publishers who would put restrictions on him, even exclude content, like embarrassing content. Let me refresh your memory. Blago was arrested, but as of this day never charged because the prosecutor, get this, had too much evidence. I mean, come on now. How often have we had a prosecutor who had too much evidence and therefore doesn't have time to indict somebody? So, in my opinion, Blago plays the game. I'm not sure catch me if you can is the proper term. It goes like this. If you do not back off, I will bring up a trial that you too took money from somebody and acted under color of office for the guy who paid you. Don't for 1 second think I'm kidding. Remember the Nigerian greeting case with William Jefferson? He was charged years ago having taken $100,000 from an undercover FBI agent, went to the Nigerian embassy, but on the way changed his mind and froze his funds. That is, $90,000 of which between his veggies in the fridge. Yet, even though the case was ironclad, nothing ever happened. Remember the Tom DeLay case, who was charged with accepting bribes and money laundering, of which only the money laundering charges survived. That was in 2005. Today, 2009, nothing has happened. The DeLay trial has been delayed indefinitely. He knows too much. I may be wrong, but the Blago trial will never happen. Oh well, have a nice weekend. I'll see you.